Hello and welcome. This is Julie Kay with Volume 2 of a Halloween Journey Junk Journal for a design team project for Tsunami Rose Designs. Thanks again for stopping by my channel, and today I have my second volume of a Halloween Journey Junk Journal for my Tsunami Rose Design Team project for this month. And as I mentioned in my first video, my plan is to give away this journal to one of my lucky subscribers. And I will go through all the details at the end of the video of how you can have a chance to win this journal if after I go through it and you like what you see and you'd like a chance at it. But I'll just get right into this journal. Again, this is my design team project for Tsunami Rose, which is a digital company or an Etsy store that sells digital designs. And so I used a lot of her different digital designs throughout this journal, along with some scrapbooking paper from my collection. I will link all of Tsunami Rose's information below in the description box because there's a Facebook page, there's an Etsy store, there's a blog. She also owns her own, she also has her own YouTube channel, which I'm sure Daisy would love for you to go check out her channel if you haven't done that yet. But I will list all of the different kits and ephemera pieces that I use. There's quite a few, and I'll also try and point out some of them as I go through the journal. But this journal does measure 8.5 inches long by 5.5 inches wide. The spine is about 1 1/4 inches. And I did cover it up with some suede paper along with some lace trim that I had that had some flowers on it. I did do a stencil with some texture paste on the background. My closure is a Tim Holtz closure with a rubber band around it. I did layer up a couple of frames right here, a metal one, and then this is a wood one, and this is a wood piece of a skeleton that I backed kind of a gold piece of paper behind it for the eyes. I added a wood butterfly embellishment that I painted and stamped, and I put glossy accents and the little bling on it. I also added the 31, which is a Tim Holtz metal piece, and I also created a little Halloween dangle that hangs off of the metal frame. And there's just a pumpkin and a little skeleton, a spider web, this little sentiment that says dream a little dream, a little witch's boot, which I thought was really cute, and a little witch's hat. So that's my basic cover. The back side I left pretty plain. You just see the texture paste that I did back there. And my signature is on the inside back cover. So again, it's an elastic closure, pretty simple closure. It is set up a little bit the same as the first volume of this book, if you guys did watch my first video. Right here I do have a bag that I'll be able to stick a tag in here, and so whoever wins this, I'll stick a tag with just a little note to that person, so I didn't stick a tag in here yet. Like I said, it's the same number of pages as my other journal. It starts out the same with a file folder, the same types of digital and papers and stenciling, the little mesh screen that I used before, the wire screen, which kind of gives it a little creepy look. But all the pages are designed differently than the first one, so this is its own kind of designed journal. So not everything is exactly the same as the other one, because like I said, each page is unique in its own way. It is just one signature, but it is a really fat signature. And I did use the pamphlet stitch to sew it in. It does have black lace and orange crochet trim throughout it. The first page is a file folder that I added some napkins that I decoupaged on, and then I did some stenciling and rubbing some like gold or bronze paint around it. I also inked all my edges black throughout the journal. Here's one of my favorite pages in this journal. It's a little flip out here that you just flip right here that I made with some scrapbooking paper, and then I made it into a pocket behind it. I did do some layering up with a bat and a circle punch and then a little banner. I added the sticker that says Hocus Pocus. And then when you open it up, here's one of Tsunami Rose. She has these really cute mason jars that you can create, and they're large. And this one I shrunk down just slightly, but not much from the original size. But I also shrunk down a lot smaller, and they turned out really cute. And so on the back sides I did ink them and stamp some sort of Halloween thing on the back of them. This one I used some spiderweb tulle on the top. I created a little shaker that I added in there. Just to some coffee dyed index cards with more of the decoupaging and stenciling on them. And then I kind of made a couple little envelopes too out of some of the Tsunami Rose for the Witch's Brew kit paper. I made, like I said, some envelopes that turned out really cute. And I just added some coffee dyed index cards to the inside of those. But I really like how those turned out with my little die cut envelope that I have in the Witch's Brew paper. This is one of Tsunami Rose Big Element cards, and so I just chose to make pockets with those, and then there's just like a journaling spot, or you can use it for a picture in there. And both sides are decorated with stencils. Everything is coffee dyed other than the digital pieces. Those I just left because I did print them on both sides, front and back. So I created a little belly band out of some ribbon that I had, and then I made a little embellishment right there. Here's one of Tsunami Rose's postcards. This is probably my favorite postcard in the kit with the little skeletons and the roses behind it. I really like that one. Part of the Witch's Brew paper. And so I just chose to print it back to back, and I cut them out. So I have some of these throughout the book for extra journaling spots. They make nice little writing spots. Some of her ephemera from the Witch's Brew kits, and so I just made them into tags. And I did do stamping on the back sides of both of them. Then she also has these vintage shipping tags, which are really cool. So I have those kind of throughout the book with some different fibers at the top, and I stamped on the backs of them. This one's a coffee dye page, and then I have a die cut with some bats in it. So I did that. I think that's kind of cool because you can kind of see a little sneak peek of what's behind there with that one. Some more stamping and stenciling, the coffee dyeing, inking the edges, the crochet trim on that one also. This was a double tag that I stuck in and I folded in half that I made. This one does flip up, so you can journal here, but it's also a pocket. It's another one of those vintage shipping tags. One of the pieces, I believe, from the Witch's Brew kit. Then I made a couple little tickets. I have a stamp that says Fright Night on it, so it's kind of fun to make little tickets. Then the back side, on the tag, I just did some stamping. This was light enough colored. I figured you could actually journal on it or stick a photo on it. Some cutouts from some scrapbooking paper that I have. I think this is from Authentique scrapbooking paper. And the back side, I did just put some coffee dyed paper so that you could actually journal on it. And this one's one of those stickers that changes like to a creepy image. I don't think the light's going to show it, but they turn like into a kind of a skeleton image when you move it. Little side pocket with another index card that I made. Here's a couple little tiny file folder. These were stickers that I backed on some paper and cut out. This is part of one of the Tsunami Rose kits from the Witch's Brew. This is one of her paper packs from Tsunami Rose, and it has this nice little lace around it. So again, I chose to kind of cut around it, and then I inked the edges. I just like the look of that. It kind of added a little extra interest to the book. I had quite a few of these acetate pieces, Halloween pieces that I picked up at a rummage sale. So this one I just added washi tape on both sides, and I did glue the washi tape down so that it would stay, because sometimes washi tape doesn't stick very well long term. But then you're able to journal here, and then when this is closed, you can kind of see what you wrote. This was an envelope that I cut the top off, and then it folded over. So I made that into a pocket with some little decorating right there. Here's one of those witches, or not the Witch's Brew, but the mason jar tags that I shrunk down and stamped the word boo on the back side. Little journaling card that says creepy. Some more stamping. Here's, I just purchased this little skeleton at Tuesday morning. It's a Tim Holtz die cut. And so I backed it, after I cut it out with sandpaper. And then I backed it with some bright yellow paper. Thought that was kind of cute. One of those vintage shipping tags. And then just one of the Tim Holtz photos that has little kids holding some pumpkins there in that one. Here's another little envelope I made, and I just stuck some ephemera pieces in there. And then it's a tuck spot behind it. So here's another one of the Witch's Brew kits that I had printed off for journaling. And then here's like a ledger sheet of paper. This one got a little dark and crispy in the oven, so it seemed a little appropriate to put in here because it was kind of dark. One of her paper packs that has a very vintage feel to it, which I love. And again, I printed those back to back. So this is one of the sheets and then another sheet in the set. Some tulle that has spider webs on it that you can flip up and journal back here. And then I stamped a spider on that page. Here's the middle of the signature. And another piece from the Witch's Brew kit. One of my favorite lined papers that she has in this set. And this one I added bats to the inside of the signatures and the strings. Some more stamping with a little owl stamp I had. More of paper from one of her Halloween paper packs. Created a little flip down pocket here. So in this pocket right here, this was just an image from some scrapbooking paper I had, but here's one of her Tsunami Roses postcards from the postcard set. And again, I just stamped and inked the backs of them. Another one of the vintage shipping label tags. And so those, like I said, I made a pocket there. And this is a bag, a black bag, so you can open, there is a spot in here to stick stuff. So I stuck another one of the mason jar tags. And so then this bag does flip down. And then at the bottom part right here, again, I just die cut out of bats out of some coffee dyed paper. So there's a little spot here to journal. And then this part right here you can journal on. And behind it, another one of the shipping tags from Tsunami Rose. And this one you can also flip up with more spots to journal. And again, I just stamped and did some stenciling. So that one's kind of an interactive spot in this journal. This one is just a little pocket I created using a piece from the kit, some of the ephemera. And I just stuck some more ephemera that came from some scrapbooking paper in here, some more tickets that I created. Kind of a journaling card that came from some scrapbooking paper and some more of that really dark ledger paper. And it is a double pocket, so there's a pocket back here and then the pocket right here with this one. A little side pocket where I just ripped some music paper and I added a little spider and the word Jeepers Creepers. Added some eyelash trim behind there just for a little more color. Just some more scrapbooking paper pieces. The index card that I decoupaged on. The other back side of that envelope, again, I created a pocket with some different ephemera pieces. Some scrapbooking paper. Here's another one of the Tsunami Rose postcards that I stamped and inked on the back side. Another index card. And then at the top there is a tag here on this one. Then when you flip it over, I have another one of those acetate pieces. And this one, on the other side, it flipped this way. This one flips up so that you can journal on it that way. that black lace paper pack, the Halloween paper pack that Tsunami Rose has. Really cute image here of the cat and the owl and the little witch. A tag that I created, a couple pieces of ephemera from the kit, and the back side I just lined with some index paper so that you could journal on them. Just some more layering down here with some die cuts in the bat and a little sentiment that says trick or treat. Here I created, it's actually a sticker of a fence that I had left over from some other project, and so I just backed it on cardstock and cut it out, and then I added the little skeleton that I cut out of some sort of scrapbooking paper I had. Created a couple more tags out of leftover scrapbooking paper. Another little journaling card that says the witch is in. Some more stamping. Created a little pocket on the back side of this tag. Added another Witch's Brew ephemera piece, and then some more of those vintage shipping tags. Some more stamping. Here's another die cut that I have of a spider web, so you can kind of see through and peek back. I have a embossing folder that says poison, so I created a kind of a double pocket. So in the first pocket I stuck one of the Tsunami Rose mason jar tags. I just love these tags. They were so fun to work with. And then just another little journaling card that I made out of scrapbooking paper for the back part of the pocket. Could also use it as a photo spot too. But the book is coffee dyed, so you might have to worry about acidity. So you just want to make sure if you do put photos in here that they're just copies of photos. And then another one of the big element cards on both sides, like the skeleton on that back of that one. And just a file folder that I created for a journaling spot or a photo spot. Then here's another one of those little creepy stickers that change as you move. Again, I don't think it's going to show it on the camera because my camera is not that good. Did some layering with it, some eyelash trim, and then it's a pocket, so I did stick a whole bunch of things inside the pocket. Here's a tag that I made, and then I kind of created a little tuck spot on it. Here's one of the tags from the Tsunami Rose. Just another tag from leftover scrapbooking paper. Here's one of the postcards, and I just added that little tab to the top, and in the back side it just says Good Witch on it. And this side I stamped the word Bad Witch, just because she seemed a little creepy looking. So I stuck those in there, and then the back side of that file folder, the window screen, and then the inside. And then again, like I said, I did stamp my signature on the inside. And so whoever gets this, if you do want to stick like a pocket or something right here and glue these down, you can if you want. I do that a lot in my journals. I didn't do that in this one. But you could do that. Or if you don't like this type of closure, you can easily add a ribbon and tie it around the little hitch post right there. So that is my journal that I will be giving away. So hopefully you guys like it. So now for the rules of the giveaway. First of all, you have to be 18 years of age or older. You must be a visible subscriber. And so that means when I go into my settings, I must be able to see that you have subscribed to my channel. And to be able to do that, make sure you guys go into your own personal settings to look to make sure that you have it checked so that other people can see that you're subscribed to their channels. There are lots of YouTube videos out there on the setup of your account and how to make sure that people can see that you're a visible subscriber. So make sure that you are a visible subscriber, because if I can't see if you're subscribed or not and I draw your name, I'll have to draw someone else's name. The next thing is that I am opening this up to both US and international. The only little requirement that I have is that as long as I'm able to mail it to your country, I will send it to you. And then also, if for some reason your country has any duties or taxes that you have to pay on gifts that people send you, you will be responsible for those. The other item is I'm asking everyone to only enter once. So if you have more than one YouTube channel, it does not count. And then the other thing is to make sure that I know that you want this journal, is you do need to leave a comment. And in that comment, I would like it if you would give me your name. You can just do your first name or your first name and your last initial. And just out of curiosity's sake, I'm just kind of curious where all my viewers are from. So if you'll just list what country you're from. And then also what your favorite page was in the journal. And or what you liked best. So just somewhere in your comment, if you just say what page you liked or what you liked best, then that way I know that you are interested in entering the giveaway, and I will put you in there. And again, I will link all of my information for Tsunami Rose below, and I just want to wish everyone good luck in the giveaway. I am going to leave this open for a little bit just because of my schedule and being able to mail it out. So my plan is to draw a winner sometime between October 21st and October 24th. So for sure by the 24th, I will have a video up as far as who won the first video. And I'll give that person until the 31st of October to claim it. And then if they don't, I will do another drawing for a second person, for a different person to win if that person hasn't come forward yet. So good luck everyone with the drawing, and thanks so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.